Over my 50 plus years of existence of life on this planet, I've gotten to know countless people. And as a documentary filmmaker in quotation marks, I have interviewed artists, musicians, business people, CEOs, wrestlers, deathmatch wrestlers, who actually are some of the nicest folk out there, believe it or not. It turns out that Disney vloggers and Orlando-based theme park content creators are in a league all to themselves. I've accidentally stumbled into this theme park YouTube bubble. I'm very much an outsider in this world looking in. Sadly, though, the Orlando theme park content creators think that they are better than a lot of people out there. They think that they are the most important thing on the platform, and that without them, the whole Disney World, Universal theme park industry would crumble and collapse. And I'll say this, and this goes especially to the Disney vloggers and the Disney content creators. I don't even want to get started on the foodie people. I'll make a video about them later. You all need to humble yourselves. This could be a really good picture. There's some seagulls getting ready to drink from some water over here. Very symbolically fitting for what I'm about to talk about. It's because all the Disney World content creators are just desperate for any little scrap that they can find on the ground to make a video about. That's what I mean by that, okay? Filmmaker. Now, all of this rage stems from an interaction that I had with an Orlando-based content creator, a vlogger, right? And they're gonna remain anonymous. So a friend of mine reached out to me and said, hey, I'm taking a trip to Disney World with the wife and the kids. He's got 2 kids, and I think they're around like 7 and 4, so pretty young, right? And this is their first time going. He reached out to me, he's like, hey, you go all the time. Do you have any tips on what you can kind of, suggest and help me out with here? Because he's never been with the kids. So I'm like, well, okay, I do have some advice, but I haven't really been to Disney World just for like a vacation in a while. So I don't really know all the ins and outs, and I don't really know all the ins and outs for kids. His kids, they can't ride a lot of the roller coasters and the kind of the intense rides, or really just any of the really big rides just in general. They're pretty little. So let me reach out to a couple friends who live down there, who go to the parks all the time, who know the parks in and out, and see if they can offer some advice. Now, this anonymous content creator gave me their phone number back in the day, and they said, hey, reach out to me if you have any questions about something, or maybe if you just want to hang out. So back in the day, I did actually reach out to them and be like, hey, I'm down here, you want to hang out? And as we were hanging out, they literally like filmed everything. And I was like, well, do you have to, do you just want to you could turn the camera off, or we could just be people for a second. We don't have to put on the performance for the camera and for YouTube. But no, they just filmed everything. So I couldn't really tell if they wanted to hang out with me on a friendship building level, or if they just wanted to hang out with me to film content. Because they wanted to film my reactions on new things. I was like, anyway, I'm getting distracted. I reached out to this person, shot him a little text message and be like, hey, explain the situation. I didn't want to overwhelm this person, be like, I need all these tips for this, all the parks there, at Disney, Animal Kingdom and Epcot and all this stuff. No. Just focused on one thing. This is like Magic Kingdom, right? Magic Kingdom is perfect for little kids. And I just wanted a couple little tips, right? Maybe some good advice for some food, maybe a great spot for character interactions, because I know my friend is gonna definitely want his kids to meet Mickey Mouse and the whole crew. And this anonymous content creator responded, didn't even say hey, back or anything like that. They just responded with a link to a playlist of their videos at Magic Kingdom. And I was like, okay, there's a lot of videos, first off. I don't even know how many hours of content it was, because each video was 45 minutes long at least. I'm like, okay, is there maybe can you just kind of give me like 1 or 2 tips even? Like, I don't want to have to sit down and watch you going into Magic Kingdom to get a Dole Whip and the video is like 55 minutes long. You know, I clicked on one of the videos, I started watching it, and I was like, yep. There wasn't like any tips in there. Well, I guess there kind of was, but it's just from their perspective and being like, oh, I'm gonna do this now, and then I'm gonna do this now, and this now. It wasn't a very clear, concise guide. I was like, this isn't really that helpful. So I just, texted them back. I'm like, hey, this is great. I'll check out these videos later. Could you maybe just give me some advice on like a good character meet and greet spot? And then they responded with, well, I'm busy right now. I need to go into the park and film some things, but I guess I can give you some tips. And I was like, oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you for coming down from your Mickey-shaped cloud to, give me a couple tips. Thank you so much. That is so grateful, right? So I played along. I went along with this game, and I fed into this person's ego. And I was like, okay, what's a good character spot? And they responded with, well, when is your friend going? I said, I don't know, like August, because that's the only time the kids are off and the wife has off from work. And he was telling me that that's not a really good time to go. He should pick another time to go. I don't think that's an option for this friend and their family. So about like 10 text message exchanges later, we got around the whole don't go in August bit. They kind of gave me some tips. But then it came with a caveat. And this anonymous vlogger was like, well, now that I offered you some tips, I'm gonna need some help from you when you come down here next. I was like, what? What? I really wanna make a collab video with you, and I'm gonna send you a whole list of things that I need you to kind of research, and then we'll get together and make this collab video. It's really gonna help you in the long run. That's how they were kind of framing it. Like, it's gonna help you. And I was like, I don't wanna do that. That sounds like a lot of work. I was like, what are you gonna do with this collab video? And he said, well, I'm bringing my name to this collab video, and I'm just gonna kind of show up, but I need you to kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting in the pre-production research end. And so I didn't even respond to that message. If I do come down to Orlando to go to any of these parks in the future, I will not be reaching out to this person to do anything. And here's the real kicker. The tips that they gave me weren't even that good. So I was like, yeah, cool. And let me clarify by saying that this interaction that I had with this anonymous vlogger doesn't represent all of the content creators that live in Orlando, right? This was just one person in a bit of an extreme case. Now, I know a few. I'm friends with more than a couple, and I've never really had that many negative interactions with a lot of them. Now, yes, of course, some are a bit, we'll just say eclectic. And aren't we all? I'm a big old frickin' weirdo, so, I'm one to talk. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay to be a little bit of a weirdo and a little bit of an uber fan on certain things. It's just that when that fandom dominates every aspect of your personality, then that becomes a little bit of a point of ridicule, we'll say. I know it's the meme out there to make fun of Disney adults, and honestly, yeah, some of that criticism is valid. But again, this interaction with, again, anonymous vlogger, they probably know who they are, and they honestly probably like that I'm talking about them. They like attention. So they're probably getting quite a kick out of this, me making a video talking about it. But like I said, this is an anonymous person. This doesn't represent the whole collection of vloggers and content creators in Orlando, but it does represent a few. I don't know what a jump kingdom is, but it definitely has got some back rooms like vibes to it in this very, very, very extremely dead mall. So, oh yeah, it is that place that I went into and explored that one time. Oh yeah, that was creepy. I don't like that. Don't like that one bit. All right, moving on from Jump Kingdom. Jump Scare Kingdom is what I'm gonna call it. So then I reached out to another, again, anonymous vlogger. This one I wasn't as close to as the previous one, but still kind of did the same thing. Just wanted to ask a couple tips on, again, the Magic Kingdom. For whatever reason, this person decided to vent to me for several text messages, just complaining about other vloggers in Orlando. And talking about how competitive it had gotten and how his videos aren't getting as many views as other people. And you know, his content is way better than this other person's, for example, a big one down there. And I'm like, okay, like, I guess he needed like an adult to talk to and kind of complain to. I'm not entirely sure why all of a sudden, like, I don't know this person that well, and they're telling me a lot of kind of personal feelings they have about the whole community there. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm the best one to talk to in regards to this. First off, because I don't even live down there and I don't really care. And second, like, again, you don't know me that well. And this person kind of moved on from the whole question that I originally asked help for. But I didn't really want to press it because I didn't want to be like one of those guys and be like, hey, you know, I'm only talking to you because I need tips. Even though I am only talking to this person because I need tips. And so here's the thing. I didn't really want to press this second anonymous content vlogger for a lot of information because I felt like they were getting a little jealous of other creators down there. So I feel like they didn't want to tell me a lot of information and give me a lot of tips because they were worried that I was just fishing for ideas on how to steal from them. Because that's kind of the tone that I was kind of feeling and getting from their text messages. It seemed as though they thought I was just gonna steal their great, amazing ideas and make my own videos with them. And I'm like, I don't care about this stuff. I don't care about giving people tips on theme parks and what the best thing to do is. As you could tell by if you watch my theme park vlogs, I'm a complete mess. I do very little research and I dive in head first because I think it's more important to have an experience. You know, the destination isn't always the best part, it's the adventure, right? You're at a theme park, you're supposed to be having fun. I'm just trying to make everybody laugh out there. I only want to give my friend who's going with his family, I just want to give them a couple tips. And I don't want to make this person feel overwhelmed with things and kind of create that whole FOMO thing where it's like, oh, if you don't do this and ride this and that, then you're missing out. No, just give them a couple little tips, be like, hey, check this out, check that out, maybe eat this, find a good sitting spot, and don't kill yourself at these stupid Orlando theme parks, and drink a lot of water and put on a lot of sunscreen because it's so freaking hot down there, right? It's so freaking hot. It's a sweat central, you know? I mean, I'm sweating just thinking about it. So those are my tips. And a lot of my tips involve logistics. Like, okay, this is a good parking spot. You can sneak in here and then have some food and you're gonna get away from stinky, smelly Floridian people. And now, no, okay, this is not, I don't need people out there commenting and being like, you should do this, this, and this. You can, because I do like the comments, I do like the interaction. Make sure you comment because that helps the whole YouTube algorithm thing. Comment, leave a comment, leave a like. Hey, check out my Patreon. There it is right there. You get a little bonus content, shameless plug. I am a talentless grifter. Yes, we all know that. And so here's the thing. And here's, I didn't notice that there's 2 Coronas just sitting there. Now, do we think these are actual Coronas, or do you think they're pee? You think they're pee in a Corona bottle? My God, somebody went to town on Coronas back here. Oh my God, there's even more. That's a lot of booze, everybody. And just to clarify, that is not a sponsorship spot for Corona. They did not pay me for this. I refuse to take money from them because I don't like alcohol, I don't drink. So Coronas, that's for loser people who sit in an abandoned mall section and throw glass everywhere. You're a bunch of losers for doing that. Oh my God. There's just something so unsettling about this place. It's just giant bounce houses as far as the eye can see. Bright fluorescent lights. Just, oh. Imagine waking up in a place like this and being unable to escape. That's a nightmare for me. And these interactions with these anonymous vloggers really began to make me question if people are doing this for the actual love of the game. Are they actually making videos and content because they enjoy it, because they see it as a calling, they see it as a creative way to put things out into the world, to kind of get that creative juice out of your brain and onto the computer, you know? That sounded kind of dirty. You're squirting creative juice on YouTube. We'll edit that out. Or are a bulk of these Orlando and Disney vloggers, are they just doing it because they see themselves as some type of travel agent for Disney? And they're like, well, what I'm doing is creating something that's invaluable to families and people out there. I'm offering a service that cannot be replaced. I'm very important. And that's why I'm coming back to the whole thing that I said at the beginning of the video, where these Orlando-based vloggers need to humble themselves. What they're doing is basically just exactly what Disney wants them to do. Making free advertisements for the park. I mean, of course, Disney spends an obscene amount of money on marketing. You know, they're never going to ban vloggers from entering the parks and making videos on filming stuff and rides and all this stuff, because they're like, it's just free advertisement for us. We don't have to pay these people, and they're making a commercial for our theme parks. Most dangerous ride in all of theme parks, carousel. Think about it. Mega hair outlet. A lot of places are getting free plugs today in this vlog, and it makes me sick. And here's another thing that offends me. I offered a separate anonymous content creator from Orlando. That's the third one I'm talking about today that's also anonymous. I was like, hey, if you ever want to come up to my neck of the woods and check out some theme parks, you know, we have Enchanted Forest. That's closed. You can't really check that out. You can sort of check it out. You can take some pictures of it, sneak in with a drone. Or Hershey Park, or Six Flags America. This is before it closed. I mean, you could still kind of get into Six Flags America. Anyway, so I said, hey, if you ever want to come up here and explore some parks, and if you need a place to crash, or hey, if you just want to hang out. And they said, and I kid you not, this is a quote, this is verbatim. They said, I would never be caught dead in parks like Hershey and Six Flags. They are gross and disgusting. And I was like, okay, I find that a little offensive because those are the theme parks that I prefer. Those are the amusement parks that I like to partake in. I guess I am just theme park trash in this situation. Bit ironic, because I have recently been making fun of a lot of Pennsylvanians and New Jerseyans. And I'm not going to lie, there's going to be other states I'm going to be making fun of and calling a lot of people white trash. So, you know, I guess we call that karma, I guess. Whatever. We're not here to talk about if I'm trash or not. I know I'm trash. I just don't need other people to tell me that I'm trash, if that makes sense. And here's the other thing. I find it a bit ironic that this third anonymous vlogger more or less said that I'm dirty brown water trash, and that they wouldn't be caught dead in the theme parks that I go to. Because like I just said earlier in the video, Isn't it a meme to make fun of Disney vloggers because they go to Disney adults, right? We make fun of them, and all these content creators, these Disney content creators are like, well, let us just enjoy what we like to enjoy. And I agree. There's nothing wrong with that. So why can't I just enjoy what I like to enjoy, right? I like rustic, somewhat run down parks with character because there's an odd level of history to it. I like it when there's some, things are worn in a little bit. It's like putting on a nice comfortable jacket that's kind of got some scuffs and scratches on it. It shows that it has done work, that this jacket has a story, that this jacket has some history to it. Those are the theme parks that I like to go to. Sometimes the Orlando parks are just a little bit too perfect for me. It's a little too sanitized. Everything is just so spotless and amazing. And here's what I'm gonna do going forward. I'm gonna find the grimiest, nastiest, most offensive theme parks possible and make videos about them. Just to show to all the Orlando vloggers out there that, guess what? There are other parks outside of Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood, MGM Studios, Animal Kingdom, and the two Universals and the Epic Universal. I don't mind being trash. I like being trash. And here's the thing. The Orlando bubble, it's an oversaturated market filled with way too many people pointing the cameras. The DJI Osmo Action 3, they love that camera. There's way too many people with that camera going into the parks and filming stuff. And hey, don't let what I'm saying discourage anyone from going out there and making stuff. If you want to make stuff at the theme parks, go make stuff at the theme parks. Just realize that you're not really offering that crazy of a service for people out there. I'm very fortunate. I can make fun videos for the goofs and the gaffs and also make a little bit of money on the side that I put back into this channel so I can continue making more videos and continue doing stuff. Pretty much everything that I make, I put back into the channel. So have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously, because if you do, you're a terrorist. And go to the parks and ride some roller coasters and eat some food. But try to make it look original, at least. And don't belittle your friends and make it seem as though you're more important than them and all you want to do is just, when all your friend wants to do is just get some tips on going to a Disney World, and so his kids could see Mickey Mouse. The end. Actually, no, I take that back. When I said that if you want to vlog and make like videos at a theme park, just go ahead and do it. And maybe don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, vlogging, it's a dead art form. And in fact, I wouldn't even, not many people are artistes in the vlogging format I am. I'm an artist, for those uncultured. What I make is art. Don't get it twisted. Just remember, this is a satire channel. Sorry. Jeez, we almost both got hit by some person backing up there. Wasn't looking.